says recording will start soon. Okay, we are recording. All right. So thank y'all for joining me today. My name is Zach Baudoin. I am the Ready One-to-One coach at Rowlett High School. This is my, I guess, second year. I kind of started mid-year last year in that position, but I'm going to be talking about Blooket today. And so we're going to talk about Blooket. So if you haven't already joined, and I think I have almost everyone there, it's joinpd.com and then enter in the code. That code will be in the upper right-hand corner, as y'all can see. But so yeah, we do have some people coming in. So if you'll do joinpd.com and enter in that code. So like I said, I'm the Ready One-to-One coach at Rowlett High School. I taught at Naaman for several years, teaching chemistry and physics before I took this position. And we're going to go ahead and get stuff started with Blooket. So on your screen, you should have little draggables. If you could drag, each one of those tools is associated with a color of a little dot you can drag around. If y'all could go ahead and tell me how comfortable y'all are with those tools. Sleeping on rocks, obviously not very comfortable. Sleeping on a cloud, super comfy. So you use those tools on the reg. Okay, so it looks like most people are pretty familiar with Kahoot. But most people are not comfortable with Gimkit. Okay, that's fair. And Quizzes. Okay, Quizlet. All right, awesome, awesome, love it. All right, so the reason I asked that is because Blooket is very similar to these tools, but it adds a little game on top. So let's Blooket. So what is Blooket? Okay, it's just like those games that we just talked about. It's kind of a quiz game where it gives them 4 multiple choice questions. You have the option of playing live in your class. You can assign it as homework so that they can do it on their own. But it adds a game layer that makes it unique from all those other ones, okay? And the reason I asked the Quizlet question is because you can import sets from Quizlet into this game. So if you used Quizlet before, then this would be a nice transition because you can go to Blooket and just import them. So we're going to go ahead and try it out. I like to let y'all try the sauce, and then I'll show you how to make the sauce, okay? So try it, see if you like it. So let's try out a live game. So if y'all would, y'all should be going to that Blooket, okay? And I'm going to give y'all a game code. I'm going to put it in the chat. Give me one moment. Thought I was set up, but I guess I was just drinking my coffee. All right, which game do we want to play? I like this one the best. We're going to play for about 5 minutes. We'll do 4 minutes. Okay, and as you can see, it has some music. I'm going to go ahead and put the code in the chat. Where'd my chat go? There it is. Okay, so if y'all would go ahead and join the game. Code is 177. I do like the music is, you know, pretty vibe, but code is 177085. I'll put it back on when we start. All right, all right. We got everybody, it looks like, so I'm going to go ahead and start. Okay, so you're going to answer the questions. You're going to select one of 3 chests. You're trying to get the most gold in 4 minutes. Okay? And this is based on Marvel superheroes. I'm a big Marvel fan, if you couldn't tell by my cursor. And this is just the scoreboard, and it tells you kind of what's happening on the teacher end. So if you're looking at my screen, it's the teacher end. If you're looking at your screen, it's the student end. Now, as you can see, people are getting gold. People are stealing gold. It's a tight game, tight game. All right, so we have about 50 seconds left, but if I wanted to, as the teacher, I have this little button now. So if we were running short on time or for whatever reason, I could hit end now, and then the game would be finished. And we get our little podium like we always do, right? Okay, so that was the live game. And you'll see here it has a view report. Now, and I'll go over what's free and what's not. This just tells me how accurate everyone was. So you can see even, you know, KB was not super accurate, but she still somehow won the game, right? So it you know, rewards effort and things like that. All right, now I'll go over reports later in the presentation. So let me go back to my presentation. So that was the live game, okay? We're gonna play a not live game here in a moment. Okay, so let's try out the homework. So this should be taking you, if you're on our Pear Deck, joinpd.com, that's the code. I saw some people joined in late. The code's also up here in the upper right. Here is, we'll see. All right, so this should be taking you to a Blooket. And I'll show you all what that looks like on my end. Were y'all able to join? Is anybody having issues with that? if not, I'm going to paste it into the chat as well. Okay. Okay, so we tried the live game. We're going to try the homework game. Okay, and if you're not in a playing mood, I'm going to go ahead and join my own game. Okay, so this one's called Tower Defense. Okay, you just hit new game, you pick one of these, and it kind of walks you through if you've never done it before. So yeah, I want a quick tutorial. Okay, so tower has defense. Okay, you have to keep the health above 0. To defend, you'll need to buy upgrades and towers. Before each round, you answer 3 questions, get an upgrade token. Okay, and then things are going to spawn and try to go around to get to the X. All right, so now we're going to buy a tower, and we can place it wherever we want, and walk you through it. Okay, so the goal is to get to 20 rounds. We're not going to play to 20 rounds, don't worry. All right, so it's going to ask me a question. Ooh, this one's, it's not Dormammu. It's not Doctor Strange. It's got to be the Vulture. And then that's got to be Wasp. Okay, and then it would let me buy some more towers. And all the towers do different things, and you can upgrade them. You can sell them. I can go to the next round, so my little dudes will be attacking them. Now, obviously, I'm not asking content questions because I taught chemistry and physics, and what I found is, you know, teachers across disciplines aren't as universally skilled in those aspects. So I thought I'd pick something a little more neutral, something hopefully everybody enjoys. The Marvel Universe. How could you not? And so they would keep playing for a set amount of rounds. Okay? I'll give y'all another minute to play while I pull up what it looks like on the home on my end. Okay, so this is what it looks like on my end. I can see how many people are getting correct, what round they're on. I can see who's alive or dead, so who hasn't been taking care of their stuff. I could extend the due date if I wanted. I could just delete the assignment. Okay. Now, this is something that wasn't available in the live game with the free version, is it tells you how many people are getting these correct. And so, like, oh, I can see that some people missed Captain Marvel. So maybe I should cover Captain Marvel in my next lesson somewhere. All right. Some people missed Nebula. That's fair. Okay. So the homework offers asynchronous, obviously, and it offers a little bit more detailed report, as you can see with the questions. I don't know why they don't offer that in the live version for free, but it is what it is. All right, so we're going to go to the next one. Okay, so we're going to explore Blooket. So if you'll click the link, okay, it should take you to a screen. I'm already signed in, so let me sign out. It should take you to a screen like this. If not, there should be a sign up. I always log in with Google. I always tell people to log in with Google because it's the easiest thing to do. It's the easiest thing to tell your students to do too. They don't need to log in. As y'all saw, y'all played without logging in, but they can. So here we have Blooket. After you've signed in, you can see I have a couple of sets. Okay, but we're gonna explore for a little bit. So let's go through what we have here. Okay, if your students have an account and you want them to play a game and you have a code, you can just direct them to play, and it's going to direct them to enter in a game code. All right. But y'all are here for the teacher stuff. Okay. So let me tell you, you can create sets with the little pencil. Okay. You can create a set, call it, I don't know, water cycle. You can make it public or private. You can start from scratch, or like I said, you can import from Quizlet. It's very easy to do. And since we have a lot of time, the first time I gave this session, I had to squeeze it into 20 minutes, and so it was super, super rushed. But if you're familiar with Quizlet, you can export the sets. Just copy the text. Go back here. Okay, it'll tell you, it'll walk you through the steps too. And so you could add the questions. So there I have my questions. Boom, easy. Okay. And then you're ready, you can hit save set, and it saved your set for you. Now you can also start from scratch. Oh, I gotta give it a title. Add a question, you know, question, answer, long answer, okay? Things like that. Oh, I misspelled question. That's embarrassing. Okay, so that's how you can save your set. And you can always go back and edit it with the pencil button. Now, there's also a compass up here for discover. You can discover sets. So say I want something on, let's say, matter. Okay. Okay, I can see, and it tells me how many questions there are. This one has 31. Okay, so I like it. I can play it with my students. Okay, but you'll notice there's no, if I want to duplicate, it wants me to upgrade. So a way to get around this is you can favorite it. Okay, so you can favorite it. And if I go back to my dashboard, I can click on my favorites, and there's my matter right there. Okay, so gone over those things. Stats, this is more for the teacher side, or I said teacher side, the student side. If the students create an account, okay, it'll keep their stats for them, all right? And they can also earn like in-game money to buy different looks. You know, I only have 3, so I'm kind of poor. So I don't have enough. I need to play more games, I guess, okay? And then this is my, I guess, little avatar. You can change it, and that's what they're buying, is they can buy those avatars in the little marketplace. Okay, let's go back to our dashboard. Now on the side here, I can see all my sets. I can see my favorites like I showed y'all. I can see the current homework games I have going, so I can go back and look at our Marvel game, how that's going. Okay, I can see some people have been playing while I've been talking. Doesn't hurt my feelings. I'm just kidding. All right, and that's where I can click on it and I can see the breakdown, right? I can see it broken down by question. Now, if I go to history, we can see that first game we played this morning. Okay, and it tells me, you know, how many questions got correct. It shows me the leaderboard. But to get the full report, I have to upgrade, and I'll go over all that at the very end of the segment. Okay. So when should this be used? What do you think? When should this be used? So if you're on your Pear Deck, you can type me a little response, and I'll see it. Or you can shout it out if you want. You can shout it out if that's your jam. Shout it out on the the Google Meet.
Well, I was thinking that this might even be a good welcome back thing. Get to know. You could even do a classroom procedures and expectations thing on day 1. But throughout the rest of the year, it could also be things where you're doing just review or spiral review or stuff occasionally as a nice little break from the traditional set of practice for the students.
That's right. It's awesome. So it has many uses, right? And I'm seeing some people say vocab review, math fluency, get to know you, things like that. All excellent options. Now, I don't think there's one thing I didn't show y'all. So if we go back over here, okay, to our set, okay, so it's like, how do you give it to your students, right? I didn't show y'all that part. So we're going to click on, I just clicked on physics variables and I clicked on host. So I want to give it to my students. I click on host. And then I have to pick a game mode. Now, depending on what you pick, it's going to give you either host game or homework host game. And then some of them, let me find one. Some of them are only homework, okay? So some of them are only self-paced, while some of them are only live games, okay? So you can explore each of these. And I think it even lets you, if you solo, it's kind of limited in what game modes you can solo, but you can kind of test those out. And it kind of gives you a description of what each game works on. So, you know, the gold quest, which we played, was speed and luck, okay? The tower defense was strategy and accuracy. So, you know, strategy because you got to plan out where all your towers are going, then accuracy on the questions, because if you get the questions wrong, you're not going to get as much money to buy the towers, right? And so speed and focus, speed and accuracy, speed and strategy. Okay, so you can kind of see each of these has a different feel. All right. And then there's always classic. That's just basically quizzes. Okay. Trying to think if there's anything else I missed before I go into this. Okay, so you saw earlier it asked me to upgrade. Okay, so I have the free version. There's no reason to upgrade unless you want those enhanced game reports, which there's good data there, right? You can see what's missed and what you need to kind of focus on in those live games. It also lets you copy and duplicate sets, but like I said, you can favorite sets. The only issue is if you favorite it, you can't edit it, right? So if you create your own or duplicate your own, you can edit it to kind of add or subtract questions. So, and those are the fees or whatever they say, $2.99 a month for a year, or you can pay $5 a month monthly. And so it's whatever. I don't know. I go with the free one. Teach their own. I know different teachers have different priorities when it comes to spending money in their classroom and things like that. So, but man, I feel like I blew through this one. So I want to give y'all plenty of time to create and explore this tool. This is the attendance link. It's also a review, you know, to kind of let me know how I did so I can reflect and I can improve. Maybe I should let y'all play the game longer because we have about 20 minutes left. Like I said, this is the, I also have a brief click sheet. But sorry, if y'all are doing the attendance form, you can just click on the form or it should take you there. I'll give y'all a sec to fill out the attendance form, and then I'll go back and give you the click sheet. And I'll also put this presentation in the Meet for y'all. So y'all can use that if you want to reference it later on. But I'd like you to use this time, if you can, to explore. Maybe look up stuff that's in your content, favorite some stuff for later. Maybe try, if you have a Quizlet set you want to import, try doing that. But do you have any questions for me or anything? I know y'all are filling out the attendance form, so fire away whenever.
The sets that you got to, I got kicked out real briefly. The sets you got to, it took me to Quizlet. Is that where all of them are?
So hold on, Mr. Forsey. You said the sets.
So when you're trying to create a new set.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, so I'm going to create a set. Did you click on Quizlet?
Yes, it said your Quizlet or search Quizlet. Or I guess there's a next step. Should I do that instead?
Yeah. So you can do the next set, or this is where you could search for a Quizlet.
Right.
So,
Okay.
or if
So
you have your own. But if you do next set, next step, and then that's where you can just copy the things and let you flip the questions and answers if they haven't already been flipped.
what's the copying that you're doing there? You said?
Oh, sorry. So this is where I went to my Quizlet
Uh-huh.
and I found the water cycle.
Okay.
And I click on the dots. And I go to export, copy the text, and then I go back to where here I go to next step, and this just walks you through how to do it. Next step, and then I just did paste.
Oh, I was meaning when you were searching, that was in Quizlet, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Or you can search for the sets up here in Discover. And so if I wanted one on balancing equations, if I could spell equation and not equestrian. Okay, so here's one on balancing equations. Well, that's not my type of balancing equations, but there we go. That's more my jive. Okay. So if I liked this one, I could favorite it. And then I could, if I wanted to try it out for myself, I could solo it.
Yes. Okay.
Or if I wanted to just play with my students, hit host, and then you pick your game mode.
Okay.
But if you want to save it for later, just hit that favorite. And then when you go back to your dashboard, it's there.
Awesome. If they are free and you favorite it and go back to your dashboard, can you edit those?
No. So that's the catch, right? So if you find one that you didn't create, you can play it, you can save it for later, but you can't copy it and edit it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the kick, catch-22 there.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, so both types of games are self-paced. Obviously, the live games have a race element to it, though, so they're trying to get the most. So if you have a student that's in class, you're playing a live game, you have one student who's just sitting there taking, a minute per question. You have another that's taking 10 seconds per question. The one that's taking 10 seconds per question, if they're getting it right, they're going to do better, right? So they are self-paced, though, and similar to quizzes if you played that. It's not like Kahoot. But you'll see some of the games have like racing. Obviously, if you're playing racing, it's the fast, if the students are accurate and fast, they're going to be the victors. And then Battle Royale, that's it matches them up head to head each question, and then it's like whoever answers the question fastest right will hit the other one. So yeah, I haven't played all these. I haven't played Crypto. The Crazy Kingdom, that's similar to, there's a game that came out for the phone a while back that wasn't academic. It's similar. You answer questions and then it sends you somebody and you got to make a choice and it's going to make people happy or it's going to make the kingdom poor, things like that. Okay. All right, so the click sheet is here. This is just like a kind of a doc on how to use Blooket. All right, and I'll post this in the chat. And I'm also going to post, so that first one's the click sheet. I'm also going to post my presentation for y'all. Okay, so you should have the presentation. You should have the click sheet, and hopefully you filled out the attendance form. I'll go back to that in case anybody didn't. Hopefully you're using this time to create, explore, etc. Might be a fun first day activity. For y'all to do.
Good morning.
Oh, I hear something, but it's very quiet.
Yeah, it's I was wondering if you can show me how to go to the games again. I created my own set.
Okay. So are you on your dashboard?
Yes.
All right. So on your dashboard, do you see the game that you created?
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to click on host.
I see it. Thank you so much. So now they get to pick whatever game they want using the questions I create.
So you'll pick the game. The teacher will pick the game. So if I want them to,
I see.
I want them to play, let's say, Battle Royale. I'll hit host game, and then it'll go through some settings. Each game has slightly different settings. Okay. And you can use random names and then hit host now, and then it'll give them a code. You can copy this link, and you could paste that into your Canvas, wherever you're distributing this, or I would say your Google Meet, but that was last year, right? So this is what you would just post up on your screen in class.
Perfect. And the homework is self-paced, correct? They get to do that on their own.
Correct. So if we did, I'll show y'all what this looks like. So if we did one that's just homework, hit assign homework. It, you say how many days, hours, minutes, okay? Then you hit assign. It'll give them a link. So we'll copy this link. And this is what it will look like on their screen. Okay, so I'm gonna hit new game. Start a new game. Sorry, it's doing some sort of bonuses. It's giving me money. I guess I needed some money to play. Okay, and then it's gonna ask them if they need a quick tutorial on how to play. Okay, then they're going to pick one of these. And this is just the game mode itself. But yeah, it's self-paced. And like all of them are pretty much self-paced, like we said earlier. But if you're playing a live game, there is that kind of race element to it.
Do you know if any of them are like really easy, or are they all like the same difficulty level? I teach kinder. So I mean, the battle one that we did, the little puzzle, I didn't even get it. So I don't know if they would.
So
if any of them are like easier than others.
Let's see. The most basic one, obviously, is going to be your classic. That's just answering questions. The racing, you're answering questions, and each question pushes your little character along the path.
Perfect.
Each one you get. So the harder ones are probably going to be your Tower of Doom, your Crazy Kingdom, your Factory, Tower Defense, Cafe. The easy ones would probably be Racing, Classic, Battle Royale. I've never played the Crypto, so I can't vouch for that one. In the Gold Quest, you're just answering a question, picking a chest. So there's not much, not much to that one, but.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you, sir. I'm going to take off now and play with this a bit until the next one.
All right. I'll see you later. All right. I hear someone. Was somebody talking? All right, guys. We have about 10 minutes left. If you've done the attendance form and you don't need anything else from me, feel free to log off. I'll be here until 8:45. But it was great. Thank y'all for coming. It was a blast. Thank you. Thank you.